There is no way this is a real comment. If this is a real comment, and this is the way you introduce yourself back on Instagram, this is the dopest, the most swaggiest, the most motherfucking flex you can do, the biggest, the most badass. Like, yo, I'm that nigga. I'm back.
What is it?
The article says Los Angeles mayor is offering rewards for snitching on businesses violating the city's stay-at-home order. There is a comment under it from a verified account. Not a verified account, the verified account of Takaashi 6ix9ine saying, coming to the rescue.
Yeah, I saw that actually.
And I thought, what the fuck? If that's a real comment, I don't think they would have just made. I think it's a real comment. And knowing him, it is him.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
It is the greatest Takaashi. Look, I'm not with the snitching shit. I don't rock with it. You have yet to I love you as a comedian. If nothing else, you're an amazing comedian.
Rebranding as a snitch.
He is
really funny.
It's hilarious.
I mean, it's hilarious.
If he does, he should truly rebrand as a snitch. He should get into like spyware. He should get into like a binoculars. Security. He should get a whole security thing. He should get a whole business. And it's like, hey, if you want to catch those motherfuckers who did it, buy Takaashi glasses or bodies.
Takaashi kind of sounds like a technology company.
It does. Takaashi cameras, you would trust those.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, it's an Asian camera company. I don't know what part of Asia, but I guess I trust it. And then you realize once you see the rainbow hair colors on everything, you're like, maybe it's not. I don't know where this is from. Takaashi, like, we haven't started the show with Takaashi banter in a while, but that is an amazing. That's interesting. That was the article I actually went to read.
He got out of jail, right?
Yeah, he's out of jail.
Because how many people have they released in jail in America?
Oh, since Corona?
Yeah.
I don't know, but there was a guy, a video just went viral on this week of an inmate talking about, if you don't have any, if you're not in for a violent crime, if you're not in for a sexual crime, if you're not in for, I think it was 3 different things he was saying, and if you're not in over 10 years or whatever it was, and you've been in good behavior, then you have a chance to do the rest of your time at home, to get out and to be released and do the rest of the time at home. And this was in Rikers, I think it was in New York. And the inmate said he went to them and he went over all those facts and was like, it's a program they're working with, everybody. And saying that if you don't have these things on your criminal record, then we're going to release you just so you don't, catch corona here. You don't catch fucking COVID-19 here.
And spread it.
Huh?
And spread it.
Yeah, and spread it. And one of the inmates was saying that he did not check it. He didn't check any of those boxes. Well, he checked all those boxes as someone who didn't have any of those things on his criminal record, and that he went to them and they looked him dead in the face and said, we're not releasing none of you. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Really?
Yeah, and he showed what they were doing to different inmates, and it was a video that's online. And he went to one of his inmates who was his friend, and he showed him, he's like, he's been diagnosed, he's positive, he tested positive. He shows him, he's just coughing nonstop. He was in pain. The friend couldn't even react. He was like, can I pull the cover off? He's just so he could see you. And he's like, trying to say, yeah, but he could barely breathe. Pulled it off, and he was just coughing nonstop. And he was like, yeah, this dude's going to die in here. He's like, we've watched friends die in here in this week. Like, people have been dying in here, and they don't care about us. Like, I'm going to probably get sick eventually. How long can I really, guard myself from this? And he's like, I'll probably get sick eventually and die. And they don't care, and I don't check any of those boxes. And I don't know if it's not funny at all. But during the video, it was funny. The dude did say, this is the funniest line to me in the whole video. He watched the video, nothing about the video was funny. And then he said to the guy, he was like, the guy started coughing. And the guy kind of coughed on him a little bit. And he was like, oh, you got this bitch in here coughing. And then he said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you a bitch, man. And it was just it was such a serious video. And that was just to me, I was like, what the fuck? He broke character of like this very emotional speech to be like, you got this bitch in here coughing. And then he was like, I didn't mean to call you a bitch, man. And I was just like, man, that's fucking crazy that like,
insult to injury for sure.
Insult to injury. But it's like what are inmates truly doing? They're people, they're citizens. What can be done with them? Like,
I think they should definitely I think it's not a bad idea to keep them staying at home. Although that could get so complicated. I mean, there's probably a board and stuff like that. It's just crazy that every single problem that we face has to be done still while people work from home and online. So there's a board that these inmates go against, but it's not in real life. It's on some screened, because I can definitely think of a lot of circumstances where the person would have nowhere to go, or they would return to their family that is not ready to receive them. And it's like the best place for this person to be is under the state. You know,
Why?
Not everybody, but some
I
of
can't
those
think of
people.
anybody. Why would that
You
be
don't think so?
No.
If somebody doesn't have a home or a way to make money, and they're trying to leave jail, aren't we just putting them on the street?
What do they have in jail?
Well, they have a place to sleep and food.
And they have people coughing around them, dying left and right.
Yeah, but you have these people who have criminal records going out in public and being in a very desperate situation. I don't think that's gonna keep them safer, and it's not gonna keep other people safer.
No,
No?
That's the. I don't want to call it dumb, Chris. That is the craziest.
I mean,
thing
maybe I haven't thought it through.
That
so
sounds
I'm
crazy. Number
interested to
one,
hear-
it's you shouldn't assume inmates don't have families.
No, I'm saying that's why it should be. I'm not saying every single one. I'm saying there should be a board to approve the people that, oh yeah, you can go home to your family and you
But
can
even if you don't have a
isolate.
blood family, you still might have friends. You still might have people that you can still stay with.
Right. Well, that's what I think should be part of the approval process. Do you have a place to go?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Cool. I don't
guess
think
anyone
inmates are
who's-
gonna be released and be like, let's go rob everything. It's not gonna happen.
I think it would be more so that they'd wind up on the street and they wouldn't know what to do.
That's fine. I guarantee they'll figure it out. Even if they're on the streets and they don't know what to do, it's better than being in a cell next to a motherfucker who's coughing and clearly gonna die next to you, and you can be coughed on in 10 seconds and you die too.
Yeah.
On the street, I can still figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I just see
I can
the
go see a
fear
lemon tree somewhere or a fucking orange tree and just pick a whole bunch.
and eat just.
And now if I'm at least on the street, at least I got oranges and lemons. And
you're gonna get scurvy, man. You
That's
need
fine.
more than that.
Fuck it, I'll get water.
Well, I've heard stories of not in a COVID-19 crisis. You know, I've heard a lady tell me a story about how she was a prostitute and then she went to jail. And then when she got back out, she called her family and they didn't answer. And she called somebody else, they didn't answer. And so she went right back to her life on the street, right? So I could see that being the case for people if they don't have anywhere to go. And their life back on the street is a really desperate time right now. So they either wind up homeless or doing crime.
Yeah, that's
in order to make money, unless they have which plenty of people do, which they have
I would
a
say
family.
majority do.
But I think releasing everybody without vetting where are you going to go, where are you going to be, how can we check on you?
No, I'm not saying. Well, they're gonna obviously go through that if they're saying that you have to do the rest of your time at home. You're obviously gonna be on house arrest, Chris. You're not gonna just be walking the streets and going out. Like they wouldn't release you to not a home. They wouldn't be like, all right,
Okay,
you're
yeah.
homeless. Well, we're gonna make sure you stay on this block, okay? We're gonna put this house arrest on you. You can't leave these 8 houses. You go past that house, you're in trouble. They're gonna make sure, obviously, you have somewhere to go. But I don't know if that should be your first thought process or argument of like, well, where are you gonna go? It's like people in jail have family.
Yeah, no, all those people should be given all those nonviolent people should be given the opportunity. And I think the weed people, after you let them out, fucking just lose their case, you know? Don't be like, oh, we forgot to check up on them.
They should have been lost their cases.
They should have been left out a while ago. But this could be an opportunity to reform the people who are in there for weed crimes when weed is legal now.
I agree with you, and I wish that was the case. I also think that time is of the essence. And for you to be like, oh, well, maybe they'll, it's like, no, those are people. And they could die, and they are dying, and you're just throwing their bodies to wherever you're throwing them. They had the video with them in Rikers Island, with them burying bodies. Like you don't give a fuck.
Those are
about
prison bodies that they're burying. Is that what's?
Yes, what Rikers is. Rikers is a prison in New York.
So in Rikers, there's a drone that went over it that saw footage of them forcing or having inmates bury other inmates who have died of COVID.
I believe so. We can pull it up.
That's fucking scary and weird. It's just upturning like the whole society, everything that we've established as society. I mean, it's just like, oh, that doesn't work.
It is weird, but also in New York, they're preparing all parks right now as actual cemeteries and shit like that. You said you agree?
No, I said mass graves. I said it doesn't sound like a cemetery to me. It sounds like 10 coffins back to back, which is and like there aren't funerals. It's a scary time we're living in.
It is a very scary time. I posted a guy this week on the Brooklyn Landlord that canceled his tenant's April rent, and I was just like, you know what? Thank you, fucking hero. Like, why are we not all? Me and Chris were just talking about this off air. Like, how is everyone just not agreeing to freeze everything? It's just to be like, hey, if we can all get on one page, one accord, and just say it's gonna be rough on all of us. Let's just freeze everything, and we'll figure it out. Like, I guarantee. I mean, you got car insurance companies and you have mortgage companies all saying, "Hey, we're okay with freezing. We're okay with saying, hey, we'll figure that out when time is due." The shitty part is that you can still have to back pay, but at least it's them working with you right now and saying you don't owe that right now.
Is that what car insurance companies are doing? They're letting.
Well, car insurance companies, they were giving back $800 million. So I didn't really dive into that just yet to say like they're doing this. But I know that mortgage companies were saying we're kind of freezing, which means you're gonna still have to pay. It's not gonna disappear. It's gonna still be on your shit. You got just more saying you have to do it now. Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, so they resume everything in August. They'll just say, hey, we're going to start with April and August. And you'll be doing that. And then by the time your lease is up, you might have 3 extra months after you leave.
Yeah.
Or they'll just say, hey, throw on another $200 each month. And by the time you're done, we'll have the 3 months covered or whatever it is. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can negotiate with whoever the fuck you're working with and just say, hey, fuck off.
Maybe.
What are they gonna do? You can't evict.
You can't evict, but they can keep like charging you money forever, or they can evict you later. And that's what scares me is just pushing problems to later. I'm also afraid.
But I don't know how much the courts and stuff will work with them.
How much do you think that people are going to be like, yeah, we're cool now, and then later on be like, yeah, in the moment we told you we were cool, but we're not cool.
What do you mean?
Like a renter situation where they're like, oh yeah, pay me when you got it, and then later on, kind of being like, yeah, well, I need it now.
I think that
we're not in the crisis anymore, so now you gotta catch up.
Well, I don't think we're not in the crisis anymore. I think if anything, people will have more heart when we're not in the crisis. I think desperate times call for desperate measures. I can see the next 2 months if we're in the same position. Those landlords or property owners or whatever saying like, hey, 2 months, 3 months have passed now. Fuck that. I was working with you in the beginning. I thought I could give you, these months off, but I can't afford it. This thing has happened. This shit is at the fan. I can see that happening in like the next 2 months. I think if they make it out as a property owner and they're not necessarily in debt, then they might, if they're a good person, might be like, we're good. We're clean. We're all good. We're all good. I get it. We're all good.
If they're a good person, for sure, but I don't have a great record of landlords being great people.
Fuck it. You want to get to the show?
Welcome to Why Don't We?
Yeah, we somehow did it again. We somehow came back because of Christopher. He's the person that's like, let's just fucking do the show and give the people what they want. I don't give a fuck about you guys. But we are here.
It's peak week.
It is peak week. I like it's Shark Week.
I know. It sounds like it's like sweeps week. Yeah.
Peak week is interesting. Peak week is scary.
If you don't know what that means that we are expected to hit the peak amount of deaths in the United States this week. And I believe today we started off with over 1,700 last time I checked.
Today?
Yeah.
Over 1,700 today?
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah.
Today being Tuesday. The day before.
What is exact like I talk about this too in theory we're okay if we stay in our homes, right? Like, what are people doing exactly? Like, that's what makes me think, like, is it airborne or is this, like, they're not giving us all the facts? We don't know everything because are people truly just being like, I'm not staying at home and I'm going to keep doing stuff?
I think a lot of people are not. We're definitely going to read some articles about a lot of people who are not staying at home. Or I think the panic in bigger cities is more real than in smaller towns. I think people are still moving around and about.
Yeah, I could see it hitting smaller towns though, or hitting middle America and them not knowing how to respond. Like, I almost feel like middle America, and this is not, it's not a fact. It's not necessarily true, but I almost feel like middle America, believes and for what I look at, believes in Trump and what he says more. And if you're listening to that news, if you're listening to him, I just feel like they're irresponsibly covering all of this shit. Like, once, I look at the CDC, I look at like different countries and how they're handling it compared to us. I'm like, yo, I wouldn't be
we're not
listening to these motherfuckers. No, we're handling it horribly.
Yeah.
Like horribly. Compared to everybody else. Like horribly.
We're number one now.
We're number one.
We're number one.
That's all we've ever asked for. Is to be number one.
We're worse than China and Italy, who were huge, huge disasters.
Yeah.
So, and then we haven't even hit the peak.
Well, apparently this is it. New York, if you want to hit some positive news, because I feel like people cover so much negative shit all day. I feel like I have like two different things right here. I feel like John, like I'm just looking up shit on my laptop. I feel cool. I sent you a thing that said LA has the cleanest air in the world right now.
Yeah, but I didn't buy that.
Why don't you buy
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the video.
You are whoa, bro.
I was in the middle of something else, but I also didn't I was like, what do you mean? LA went from having the smoggiest city in the United States to being the best air quality in the world? What does that even mean?
Oh, they said we already lost the title though. It updates daily. We're not number one anymore, but we were number one yesterday.
What?
Why are you so mad at this? Like,
I'm just like, I could see most improved. The best
most improved
is like, yeah, really, like Yosemite doesn't have better air quality.
No, Yosemite's struggling.
Than the city that's been like fucking the smog since the 1960s.
And they said New York reports its first decline in daily deaths like 2 days ago.
That's good.
Those are two things that, I just want to put some positive energy in there.
Yeah.
I feel like our media obviously only covers the negative and says, you're going to die and I'll tell you how. And I just don't know how we haven't been preaching people strengthening their immune systems more. Like, why is that not being covered by the news more? And saying, this is how, like, CNN, take a step away from just being like, people are dying and I'll tell you how, or Fox News or whoever, and just say, hey, we're going to bring on this person who is going to give you these 10 tips to fucking staying safe. And these are, like, I feel like they're just being like, you're dying. And it sucks.
Yeah, well, I mean, because it's just going to be like a field day for, like, pseudoscience people who are like, oh, let me tell you what cayenne pepper is going to get rid of all of the COVID-19. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I get that people can just make an effort to stay
I know a
healthy,
magnesium lady. I know.
but there's not a lot of you're right. There's not a lot of people just having conversation. I talked to some friends over the phone this week or on a Zoom chat, and they were like, oh, yeah, we've like taken these measures to live healthier lives.
Yeah.
Like we've stopped smoking and we're not smoking any cigarettes, and we stopped smoking weed during the week. Like just to keep our lungs healthy and our whole bodies healthy because we know this is going on. And I was like, that's interesting that's not really like a part of the conversation right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it definitely should. If nothing else, I have made it a part of my conversation. If nothing else in my house, we all take a lot of precautions, even if it's not working. It's still better for your body, even if you fucking.
How are you staying healthy?
Ooh, I don't. Well, again, guys, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. You could take my advice. You cannot. I don't even know if it's working. I'll say that before I say anything. But I'm wellness pills, black seed oil, elderberry, turmeric.
Turmeric?
Yeah, turmeric.
So you're just trying to like keep like a healthy lifestyle type thing, you know?
Yeah, but it's not like brand new. Some of the stuff I've been doing, it was just that me and my brother and my sister-in-law have been having these convos for like, I want to say a month and a half now, at least. And, she would always send me stuff. You should get this for the house. You get this for the house. And now they're staying here with me right now. It just made it easier for all of us to kind of bring all of our own stuff and be like, hey, here's a big cabinet of stuff that we should kind of, dibble and dabble in through this process just to strengthen.
I might start taking vitamins, I'll think about it.
You don't take any vitamins?
I don't really take any vitamins.
Oh, okay. You do any like people have been really big with these like steam machines.
What does that mean?
Like they use steam machines to actually open up their actual nostrils and their lungs and everything, because steam apparently like kills bacteria. So people use steam machines over their faces to kill the bacteria within their lungs and their nostrils. So
I do old school
better.
steam machines. Man, my mom's a big steamer.
Okay.
If she ever doesn't feel good, but you just put a cloth over your head.
Oh yeah.
You boil water.
In a circle.
Yeah. Well, you just put it over your head, and then you boil water, then you turn it off, and then you take off the lid, you stick your head over and put a rag on top, and you just kind of breathe the steam. That's good for you. That's great
cool.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying people.
That'd be a good COVID-19 thing.
It's been a thing in the black community.
That's nice. I didn't know about
Literally, it's been a group text for like 3 weeks at least. Black people who all doing videos been like, this is how you can fucking cure it. And I'm always like, I'm black, so I know how these things go. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
I'm a little bit like, it's going to happen or it's not. Like, I guess you're right. I could just like stay healthy.
No, you can take precautions, man.
I'm taking precautions in the fact that I'm not going outside, washing my hands and wearing masks and gloves and stuff like that. But I haven't, I've been cooking.
And when you say it's gonna happen or it's not, is that you saying death? That's inevitable, or are you saying like, oh, it's either you're gonna die or you're not, or are you saying either you're gonna get COVID-19 or you're not?
I haven't thought about the fact of just like drinking vitamin C and stuff like that to stay healthy due to COVID-19. For some reason in my mind, I'm just like, if the COVID gets me, the COVID gets me.
But I'm saying in your head, when you're like, if the COVID gets me, the COVID gets me, do you think if the COVID gets me, that means I'm dying, I'm dead? No. Or do you mean like, if the COVID gets me, I'll just fucking fight that shit? I'll be
if COVID gets me, it's going to suck. But
all right, well, I'm just letting you know that, in our demo, we thought it was going to suck, but people are dying.
Yeah, it does suck.
And that sucks more than anything. Yeah, they say we have over 383,000 cases here in the U.S. alone, and we have now surpassed 12,000 deaths.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Wine and Weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back. It's the third week of quarantine.
Yes.
I'm Chris Reinicker, a.k.a. the Connoisseur, a.k.a. your new baby daddy, a.k.a. Chris the Snitch, a.k.a. the Goop in your Gap, a.k.a. La La La, a.k.a. Speed Bump.
Yeah.
And with me, Quentin Quarantino.
I'm trying to hit you, man. Get you some stuff.
I know. Man. I just feel like Quentin Quarantino is a joke that has been made. It just doesn't feel original.
No, it's not.
But the people wrote me Quentin Quarantino, so I guess
people like it though too.
Yeah. So AKA Quentin Quarantino.
Fuck it. And I am Sterling Brim, AKA Steelo Brim, AKA Skateboard Steve, AKA S to the B to your vest to the Bree, AKA is our third leg. No, it's just me, AKA Unconcerned Father, AKA Black Mama, AKA RIP Black Mamba, AKA Quarantine Corona Companion, AKA that dude, and with us as always, John Ross.
New location.
What is good, everybody? It is me, John Ross, a.k.a. the Article Assassin, a.k.a. the Nose That Knows, a.k.a. Big Facts, a.k.a. Brown Peter Griffin, Spider-Man's best friend, the Gorilla in Manila, Terry Khalifa, and, of course, Big Sexy with the glasses.
John's in a new spot every week. I'll tell you a story while we wait for those clips.
Fuck yeah, the clips are already done, but let's do it.
Well, yesterday, I had a bit of a quarantine problem. Well, this weekend, those of you who have been following my weed intake know that as soon as this happened, I got an ounce just to make sure I had it, or maybe a half ounce or something. Anyway, I didn't wind up going through the whole thing because I didn't love the weed, but I did make it into butter this weekend. On Sunday, I have a weed butter recipe. I've made a video about it. It's a dope recipe, a fun video. Go check it out. I use my own recipe. I made it. And of course, I remember that these were very, very strong the first time I made it.
Does not sound good so far.
The next morning, I got to go work from home and, in my little garage desk setup. And my girlfriend's like, I'm going to make some pancakes.
Yeah.
And I might put a little can of butter on them. And I was like, oh, fun. She was like, I imagine she's going to maybe
Question, has she done this before?
No.
Oh.
But I guess I wasn't really thinking that through. And I didn't go like, do you know how much can of butter to use? I kind of forgot she was saying it because I was already kind of in work mode.
Okay.
She was like, I'm going to make these blueberry walnut coconut flour pancakes and I might put a little bit of can of butter in them. So it was also the focus was on the recipe.
Okay.
So she brings me these awesome pancakes. They're delicious. I eat them kind of without thinking, still kind of doing work, did a phone call, got off it. I was supposed to come over here to do the show.
Yeah.
But I had to do maybe a couple hours of work first. So I started doing it. And then I'm like, did I like smoke today? And I'm like, no, I didn't. That's weird. I didn't smoke today. And then I start getting like high off the pancakes. And then
Also, wait, you didn't remember? She said she's gonna put
like
butter
I
on?
remembered, but I thought it was gonna be like a nice little like CBD background high.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was about to get like edible trip and a half. And I go into my room and I'm like, this kind of hit me, huh? And I look over at her and she is just balled up. Her eyes are bright red because I ate a half of 2 pancakes and she ate 3 pancakes.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, how much butter did you put in? Because I put like a ½ ounce into the butter, into 2 sticks.
That's
and
too
she
much.
was like, well, I used like half a stick of butter.
Well, that's your fault, isn't it?
I was like, that is so much. That is so much.
Is that her fault or your fault?
I
feel like you put too
I'm
much
actually going
weed.
to say it's my fault for not, like, because I've done this before and she hasn't done this before. And I didn't go, like, make sure you don't use too much butter. Or, like, I just assumed that she knew how to do it right, which was a bad assumption.
What I think is funny as well is when you text me and you were like, man, my girl, she put too much can of butter in it. I've read it twice, right? And I was like, can of butter, cool. And I had no idea what can of butter was because I've never referred to cannabis butter as can of butter. So I was like, why the fuck does he keep saying it's a can of butter shit? Like, in my head, I thought like it was a real life Trader Joe's brand of butter, like almond butter, but like I couldn't figure out exactly what it was. And then he was like, so I'm so high. And I was like, cannabis butter. So yeah, I'm slow on that.
And basically, I'm so high. We were supposed to go over and film this show. And I know that we get high during this show, but A, I didn't want to drive over high, and B, I didn't want to start the show just stoned out of my mind. I'm rapidly getting higher and higher, and I'm rapidly going into my room to check on Claudia, and she is way higher than I am. And it would just turn into what was supposed to be a day of work turned into like this edible experience. I actually kept working into the nighttime. I just did my work so much slower.
Oh, really?
Than I know. And I kept on going like, what would be a good idea if I like redesigned it like this? And then I realized that I had already done that.
Yeah.
Like my brain was so like not operating at the regular speed of a regular person. It was terrifying. I'm very thankful that I was working from home and
you were in control
real life.
because she doesn't do this as much as you, right?
Yeah, but I'm not really an edible guy either.
No, but I'm just saying you still had to act composed
Yes.
and be in control.
Yes, and
that's always a different thing too, because like I'll get super high and my girl may not. She'll be like less high than me, but she'll still be high in her head, higher.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm super stoned, and in my head I'm like, I know I'm higher than her. I fucking just smoked 2 joints and this and that, and I'm like, she is not that fucking high. But I understand I have to put on the front right now and make her believe all is fine.
I gotta ground this scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one point where we were laughing so hard at, like it was one of those like it felt like mushrooms where we were just laughing so hard at the absurdity of the situation because it felt like I'd just been poisoned.
So
Like,
what was the wildest shit that happened? Like what was the peak of the night where you guys peak is gonna be the key word. Can it like be a Sesame Street episode with peak? If we say peak, people are like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the key word. Peak.
I think the peak of the day was probably when I was like, I think I'm too high to go to Wine and Weed, and I made this joke that she had poisoned me, and I thought she was with the joke, like I was laughing and she was laughing, and then the next thing I know, she's like crying, and I was like, what? I was like, why are
There's
you
nothing
crying?
worse than telling a joke and someone crying.
She
And then you've been like, fuck, that didn't
And
go.
she
That's
was
not
like,
the response.
Sterling's gonna send someone after me.
Why am I supposed to send someone after her? First of all,
I don't know, but she thought because she was like, he doesn't know me well yet, and he probably thinks I poisoned. Like he doesn't know that I wouldn't poison you. I called my friend Kylie, who's on the Thanksgiving show, who's a super nice person, but she's closer with Kylie, so I called her to kind of like laugh at the situation, and then she was like, Kylie's now going to send someone after me. So it wasn't just you. She just thought somebody was going to send somebody after
just
her.
know I'm happy to know it wasn't just me. Just know in the beginning I was like, Claudia got high and became racist. This is weird. And then you were like, oh, I called Kelsey, and I was like, oh, it's okay. It's across the board. We're fine.
Yeah,
we're all good.
Well, then I thought it was like that. I thought the it's sending somebody after me thing was a total joke. So I'm laughing hilariously.
So someone knocked on the
with
door.
Kylie on FaceTime, and then I look over her and she's crying. And I was like, wait, do you not realize this is a joke? And I realized that it's one of those just like super peak
Yeah.
high, like I'm so stoned and paranoid moments.
Question: was it like a continuous cry of like this cry that is not stopping, or did you somehow get her to calm down and made her cry again?
No, I don't know. It was continuous.
Sounds like two different
I think
cries.
she slept and then woke up as soon as I realized that it wasn't a fake cry when I was on the FaceTime with Kylie, I hung up. I calmed her down, and
How you think it went?
And then I think we both started laughing.
Okay.
And then she fell asleep for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, edible highs are different. Like,
So I even feel kind of dumb today. I feel like I smoked earlier, even though I didn't. Like I don't feel high, but I feel like a little slow still.
do you ever get too high? Like when you get too high, what's your first thing you say when you're too high? Like to anybody you see?
I don't know.
I'll tell you how you know.
I
I'm
like
high.
telling people social disclaimer. I'm really high.
That's what I start with every
Really?
time. I
Social
know
disclaimer?
I'm high when I come to you and say, "Hey, before you start anything, I'm high," and I want to let you know that because I may not respond the way you want me to, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's fine," or they'll be like, "I'm high too." Because it's California, or they'll just be like, "Oh, okay, I'm
That's
not
always
talking to this
funny
guy."
when you're-
I'm high too. It
Well,
always makes you
halfway
feel
through a
great.
conversation, you reveal to somebody you're high, and they go, "Oh, I'm high too." And
Yeah.
you're like, "Wait, you've been high this whole time?" And then you're like offended, and you're like, "Listen, you're high too."
Yeah.
But it was a whole. I don't know if I like getting that high. It was a whole nother level of high. If I can be totally honest, there were weird things happening in my head. For a while, I had realized that I had just been narrating my entire like work that I'd been doing in my head. My thoughts were in the voice of Joe Exotic.
That's funny.
It like my things going like, get it over here and goddamn go over here. You're gonna need to build another one of those. Something else gonna get that dude. Now that doesn't look good. Now, Carole Baskin. Like, and then I like realized I was like, how long
Is
have I
that the
been
dude from fucking King of the Hill? Is that Joe Exotic?
Carole Baskin? Man, what an experience.
I don't think like I mind necessarily getting that high. It's just more you want to be prepared. You didn't know
Yeah.
you got slapped with high. Like you don't want to get slapped. Nobody wants to get slapped with high. You want to know when you're about to get high. You want to know like, oh God, I guess I'm getting high right now. I'm making a decision to get high. Neither one of you made the decision to get that fucked up.
Total surprise high.
And that's when it hurts the most because you're like, I didn't know. No one measured this. And then also like you made the butter. You trusted her to cook with it. It was just like, it's a mess. It's a mess.
It was a mess. But thankfully, even though it probably took me about 6 hours to do what I could have done in 3.
You got it done though.
Yeah, I got everything done. It was more of a, I was designing.
And you have a story.
I was designing stuff, so it was stuff I could do when I was high, but it did take me much longer to just like, work Photoshop, just the like ins and outs. I was like, how do things work
But if
again?
nothing else, you have a story
Yeah.
that you would not have had. If you were not high.
Quarantine edible madness.
Yes.
And of course, we are drinking 2017 Sean Minor. It was a to-go bottle of wine from the restaurant down the street.
Well, okay. A little Sean Minor. You wiped the thing down? Did you wipe it down before you brought it in my crib, Chris? So it could be bacteria on that fucking bottle, and we could be getting corona right now. You don't care about us, Chris.
And we're smoking some X-Jack 13 from, what is it, the THC Solutions or whatever it is?
Brand, I think. I don't fucking know. Company, Solutions.
Team creates COVID-19 global tracker. A teenager's website tracking coronavirus has become one of the most vital resources for people seeking accurate and updated numbers on the pandemic. The URL is ncov2019.live. We speak with 17-year-old Avi Schiffman, a high school junior from Mercer Island outside Seattle, who started the site in late December when coronavirus had not yet been detected outside of China. Now the site has been visited by tens of millions from every country on Earth. It tracks deaths, numbers of cases locally and globally, and provides an interactive map, information on the disease, and a Twitter feed. The resource updates every minute and pulls information from the World Health Organization and the Centers of Disease Control and elsewhere.
And the Tisch school still won't give them a scholarship.
Yeah, and so additionally, a big part of the article is that he was offered $8 million to put ads on the site, and he turned it down. So he's a 17-year-old who built this, and if you hear him talk about
Where's he
it
from?
in the
Where's the
video-
kid from?
Not positive.
It says Seattle.
Oh, Seattle.
Ethnicity.
White kid.
White kid. And turned it down?
Yeah, he turned down the $8 million that
Is
they
he rich
offered him to
already?
put-
Is his dad a coder and works for some big ass company in Seattle, that Google or somebody, and they have a shit ton of money, and that's why he's turning it down?
I
Or is
didn't
it-
look far into it. I assumed he was like, I didn't do this for the money. He like kind of has a Zuckerberg about it. He's
Yeah.
kind of like, I did this to help you. But I kind of think like, yo,
Zuckerberg does it for the money.
yeah, but Zuckerberg didn't put ads on Facebook at the
Yeah, in the beginning.
But he didn't do it because he thought it would make Facebook not look cool. Like, I don't know if this really matters if it looks cool. I'd say, yo, dude, thank you for the service. Put some ads on. Make yourself some
Make your
money.
fucking $8 million, kid.
Yeah.
If your dad's a billionaire, and if your dad is somehow, and this is a trick, and somehow your dad's Jeff Bezos, then cool. Don't take the $8 million, kid. But if your dad is not, which I think he is not, then cause Seattle. But then I would say take the money. Like, there's nothing wrong. You've put your actual work in, you've put your time in, and you've done a great deed for all of us, and you've done a great job. Why not take the $8 million?
I say it's also just amazing that this 17-year-old, like, because I've been looking for a site that just shows, like, if you look at the site, it's really well done. Like, you've been looking at, if you're looking for the amount of people who passed away today or how it's spreading or where it's going, like, it's really hard to find those numbers. Have you noticed that as you're looking things up every day?
Yeah, I guess.
I go like, how many people died today or how many new cases? And they just like, it's really hard to find. And this guy just put every country in one kind of auto updating database. And
Yeah,
it was like,
so you're searching worldwide.
yeah, well, he has every country is broken down.
No, I'm saying you because you said it's really hard to find.
and
so
I searched for Los Angeles. I go like, how many new cases in Los Angeles?
like that stuff is easy to find. I haven't looked for worldwide to keep up. I kind of I don't say accidentally. I'm definitely someone that looks for what's going on, but I feel like it's still controlling 90. I would say 7% of our social media, everything internet right now. COVID-19 is that it's kind of hard to not see stuff around it. So I kind of find myself accidentally falling into like, oh, we have this many cases today in Los Angeles, or there's a thing. I don't know, Chris. You know I'm a fucking weirdo that still uses Yahoo.
Yeah, it's
You know this.
strange.
Yeah. But Yahoo, if you go on their homepage, they always have it each morning.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. So maybe that wasn't the same thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredibly interesting site. It's very simple, but it's very smart to have it. And I would not mind a little square ad in the corner. And hey, if that kid wants to give half of it to fighting COVID-19, then you're giving $4 million to fighting COVID-19 as a 17-year-old. That's pretty cool too.
There you go, kid. Chris just did some great PR for you. He gave your $4 million to people, to a thing that already has a vaccine. But whatever. But Chris made your PR look better.
Yeah.
If nothing else, Chris has got.
Hey, if you don't want to make any money, throw 100% of it at it, But we'll
fuck
take an
it.
ad. We're used to it.
Take the ad, kid. But I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of the youth.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
And it gives you hope for the youth. It says to you, if nothing else, that our country and our world in general is in good hands with the youth. I trust the youth, actually.
He seemed kind of chill about it too. Just
The
like
youth
he
are
just
little
kinda
fucking-
did this during his downtime.
The youth are brats and little bitches and shit. But other than that, the youth, I do trust you. The youth are very
You want to talk about Carole Baskins or more Corona?
big hits.
Or you want to hear about the conspiracy behind her at Corona that I got into?
Well, 5G?
Yeah.
Who hasn't gotten into 5G, bro?
I had never gotten into 5G until this week. I mean, maybe I can ask you more questions.
No, not like that. I'm saying, I feel like 5G. Are you saying 5G? You're saying 5G in general, like the history of the 5G conspiracy shit, versus like
Both.
this week.
Both.
Oh, I've not gotten to the history. No, this week it's been everywhere for me.
Yeah.
Like my
So that's why I thought
my
it
family.
might be an interesting thing to talk
I also
about.
don't have 5G.
Like on your phone?
Yeah, I have LTE. I've looked mine up. Me and my brother, we have Sprint. I weirdly have Sprint. So I've never got 5G. I never had 5G. I do not have 5G. So I even looked up because.
But isn't the idea that
Nope,
5G
look it
is
up.
surrounding you all the time?
Yes, now that is true. I told my brother, I was like, it doesn't matter, the polls and this and that. And the person next to you may have 5G, so you still are all at in danger, I guess. He's like, yeah, but then the phone explodes on them. Has nothing to do with us. It's not our phones. We're good. That was his response. But yes, that is.
Do you want to talk 5G? Should we give a background of 5G or? Because I just discovered this the other day.
You want to dive into 5G?
We could talk about it.
Dive into 5G, Chris. Do your 5G thing, man.
I don't have a 5G thing. I
Well,
just
where
want
do
to
you
know if
land?
you want to talk about it.
Oh, I don't care.
I mean, I
enough.
think the idea that 5G causes coronavirus is insane.
I think. Okay. So I think I know.
So
okay. So it's
for
very
background.
So wait. I'll give you
Yeah,
this.
okay.
I know different kind of people in the world. Different kind of people. I know really smart people who think a certain way, and I know really smart people who think a completely different way, right? But they're really smart. They're both really smart. I know individuals who I consider to be really smart who think the 5G thing is the most absurd thing they've ever heard in their entire lives. And they're like, I can't believe people are even talking about this. And I have really smart people who are like, the 5G thing is 1,000% legit. Hear me out. And I've been like, I don't know.
Seems like a fluoride in the water type thing.
Yeah.
You know that conspiracy where it's like, well, there's fluoride in the water, and why do they have fluoride in the water? It's so they can control our brains. And you're like, okay, well, there is fluoride in the water, and that doesn't seem like it's be good for you, and it is confusing of why they do it. Is it to control our brains? I don't know. You might be right. But 5G, the conspiracy is that like they don't. Sorry. So the idea is that these 5G towers everywhere put radiation into the air.
Yes.
And they cause you to what exactly? Like just like get cancer and like it's those types of diseases.
Yes,
right?
they can give you cancer. They also said that in some cases that what is it coming up? Is it this week? What day is it? It was supposed to be a certain day that we're supposed. You haven't got the text messages that say like turn your phone off before midnight on certain day.
Oh, this is a next level of the conspiracy.
Oh, you haven't gotten it. Oh, you haven't gotten.
I got into this conspiracy theory yesterday, but your friends are deep in the conspiracy.
Oh, my friends are. It's not even okay. Look, just
wait, hang on. So
okay.
let's explain it
Okay.
because I think the first level is 5G, right? So they're putting it everywhere with no concern for the public health or deliberate like unconcern for the public health.
Yeah,
like trying to get people to die.
Yeah. It's not like we don't have a concern. It's like no, this is our goal.
Is to kill people. And control the population.
You make it sound yes. Yeah.
And so the 5G people are now saying that coronavirus is like, you see.
So it's like, okay, so it goes, there's the martial law group, and here are 5G fellows. And then I think that we're just all getting to a point where we're going insane. And that's fine.
Flat earthers are like, welcome.
Yeah. New to the group, the 5G. We've heard a lot about what you do. Great PR work. The bulk text message, classic. I've been getting so many messages, different messages about 5G.
So now there's the idea that
I wish I had my messages on my phone. I mean, on my laptop.
We can put her phone up there if you want to read your phone messages.
So I got a text from my dad.
Okay.
So it's to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of us is our very immediate family. Urgent. This is yesterday. Tonight at 12:30 to 3:30, make sure to turn off the phone, cellular tablet, and put away your body. What? Put away from your body. I'm sorry. And put away from your body. Singapore television announced the news. Please tell your family and friends tonight at 12:30 to 3:30. Our planet will be exposed to very high radiation from cosmic rays passing close to Earth. So please turn off your cell phones. Do not leave your device close to your body. It can cause you terrible damage. Check Google and NASA and BBC News for confirmation. Send this message to all people who matter to you. Now look, this says, let me read this really quick. Let me say a couple things about this. One, my dad only cares about 7 people. So if you're watching this and you thought my dad cared about you, it's only 7 people in here that my dad cares about. This says this to the people who matter to you.
Don't
you do
drag
not,
Frank Brim
you
on
do
that
not
show
matter.
like that.
If you are watching this and you think you're the 7, cool. If you know you're not, just understand. Okay. Secondly, it says tonight at 12:30, and then it says Singapore News told us this. He didn't even convert the time for us and tell us what time it was wherever the fuck we were here in America. He was just like 12:30 to 3:30. I'm like, is that across the board? Is that
Right.
just for Singapore? Is that Los Angeles? That's Chicago, nigga. Okay, do I need to just leave my phone off for the day? It sounds like I need to just leave my phone off for the day. Is what it sounds like. And I'm just like, okay. And this is check Google and NASA and BBC News. First of all, these things are all over the place. I don't even know why they would be in the same group. I don't even know why they'd be in the same group. But I'm also like, all right. I mean, they say that the radiation will be close to us, exposed from space. I guess that could be NASA. That covers NASA. Google has everything on there. BBC News, I guess, is the fucking outlet. This makes sense. So in my head, I was like, I'm not gonna call my dad crazy. I'm gonna just say, all right.
I think what it's trying to say is check these 3 legitimate sources. Like
They're all.
I mean, I feel like we should check Google now.
Should we check them?
And BBC
All right,
News.
all right, let's fucking talk about
I
it.
feel like it's an investigation now.
Somebody, oh man, yeah, I've got multiple messages. That was just okay. That was just the first person, but whatever. Let's go.
You want me to check Google and NASA and NBC News? Sorry,
Should we start with
BBC
NASA?
News?
Should we just start with NASA?
And write Singapore news? How do we?
All
How do
right,
you
I guess we
research that?
just check Google for all of them, huh?
Meteor passing.
Wait, I'm gonna just say Singapore. Yeah, Singapore.
It's a meteor passing that is going to affect all of our cell phones, right?
Yes, the radiation. Singapore news radiation is the first thing that pops up
Yeah, of course it is.
because it listens.
That doesn't mean it's legit.
Because it listens to you, and it heard you say that. Okay, so it says dangerous cosmic rays will pass close. Now, also, this is an article that says May 24th, 2017. So I don't know why this is an article from 3 years ago, Dad, but it says from 12:30 to 3:30. And it does say 12:30 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. That's a fucking long time.
This text message has been going around since
For
2017.
years. Since 2017.
And everyone's dad gets it and goes, it must be this week.
And it says, okay, now I'm going down even further, and it does say NASA News. That's a fake website, though. That is not NASA. They don't title their shit NASA News. First of all, this is Science Daily. This is their website. You know what?
I like that it's written into the mass message, like, I confirm this on the internet. You should too. And you like the first search, it's like, nah, this isn't real.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this much. It's not that I didn't think it was real, that it was that I smoked last night and I forgot that I was supposed to do this. So it missed me anyway. I didn't get the radiations. Nothing seems to have happened to me. So
Maybe you did though.
what if I did? What if I did?
Maybe you got coronavirus
What
through
would-
your phone.
Oh shit! But my phone isn't 5G. Again, I speak. I have Sprint, weirdly, and we are LTE. And me and my brother have done our research. We are not going to be the ones affected, so I'm good. That was not a Sprint ad. Believe me, that was not a Sprint ad.
I don't believe it.
What did I have Sprint? That was not.
Well,
Sprint
I
ad.
thought 5G affects everybody no matter what.
Because of the towers, but if you've had Sprint for over 6 years, your body's immune to the radiation.
Over at Sprint, not a lot of our customers have coronavirus. And
See? They have the lowest. You're going to make a difference over 1%. That's Sprint's whole fucking slogan. You're going to leave over 1%.
wait, what?
You haven't known that Sprint slogan for like the past 5 years? They never say they're not the worst. They literally say there's a 1% difference. That's their whole thing.
Oh.
Their whole thing is like, whoa, we're the worst, but we barely lost. And you're like, that's not a good
I mean, they
slogan.
stole the Verizon guy.
They stole it from, you don't trust him. Nobody trusts him.
Nobody trusts him.
You
but,
can't trust him.
But they stole him good.
Yeah, but we don't, but like.
Maybe it's because of 5G.
But
Maybe
that's how
the
crazy
Verizon guy's woke as fuck.
Oh, shit. Now you getting to it. Okay, now we getting to the real.
But
How hard do you think it is to find a Verizon guy on IG right now and for me to write him and say, yo, 5G or what?
I'm sure a lot of people are writing him right now.
Nobody is.
No. Sorry, I got distracted.
Do you think 5G is? Do you think this thing is real? Do you think the radiation's in your body right now? Do you think that we're all So is that then? Does that cover all of us? Who is safe? Babies? They're the only ones without phones. What is going on? Like,
here's the thing: is that like the part where I can understand buying into is not understanding that cell phones and putting cell phone towers everywhere is going to affect us. Like, no shit. Maybe moving our internet faster at the expense of public health without really knowing what the outcome is going to be. That makes sense. 5G doing stuff to you, that all makes sense to me. I think it's crazy that we have microwaves. I think it's crazy that a microwave doesn't do something to me. Microwaves feel like magic.
they definitely do stuff to you.
I know. It's like there's radiation in the air, and you're not supposed to stand in front of a microwave. I could understand that me, with my limited knowledge of science, that 5G does the same thing. So I buy into that. But the fact that they've been engineering it to kill you, for population control, like with that intention, just a truly evil intention, and that it is come together in coronavirus, a thing that we've realized has been spreads and is created in a completely different way. Is insane, but I understand why they're using it to spread their message, you know?
No, I 100% get all of that. My problem with any of this is it's a chain message. It's a chain message, and I'm just disappointed in my dad for not simply dragging it into Google and just checking it, because I know he didn't check it.
No, he didn't.
He didn't fucking check it.
But the sentence at the end implies that the guy before him did.
Yes. And it literally had, I didn't even read the whole fucking thing, Chris.
They're like, look it up.
Nope, I got you.
Look it up. I didn't.
There's a very important part that you are missing that I was supposed to read you. Very important. Forwarded as received from Josephine Williams from the pop. No, I'm sorry. I read this wrong. It's not that important at all.
It's just a bunch of forwards.
I thought it was no. It's not a bunch of words. I thought it said a fake doctor's name, so I thought even more it was like Sterling, a doctor sent this around, and I was gonna be like, "Dad, come on," because all you had to do was drag that shit into Google, and it would have said the very first article is from 2017. So whatever you were talking about was 3 years ago. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
So the very first thing. So Dad,
it's not.
I don't like them getting you like this, man. I
think it's a dad's thing now.
Did your dad send you this?
I get way different things. That my dad sent me a group text of just like weird old man things.
Oh my God, he looked at me like, I wish I got that text message.
At least your dad feels like he's kind of concerned, you know. I want my dad to be more concerned.
Oh shit.
And
what's the last?
But he's concerned about the wrong thing. But it's in the nature of dads to send forwards.
I feel like moms too.
Yeah. Forwards are huge in that community.
Yeah, my mama love a good forward, boy. She love a good forward. Ain't nothing better than when my parents be texting each other in a group chat. They don't realize it. They just text each other. And you like, ain't y'all in the house together? Don't y'all understand there's 14 of us in here? And they'll be like, oh, I'm not trying to talk to you. They talking over you in the group chat. Like you in the fucking house with it. They talking over you. And you like, what? Stop texting me. Just text Dad. Yeah,
that's
old people.
hilarious.
Y'all get old, G. If y'all watching this, I love y'all.
Yeah. The forwards, I get forward as a form of communication.
Yeah, no,
but it's been totally fucked. And
especially during this time right now. Oh, it's been like if you have been a forward nemesis, I guess, or an evil villain in the forward community, this is your time to shine. Like you can just forward whatever you want, you can start whatever you want, and people are eating that shit up right now because we have nothing else to do. You stuck at your homes.
I think old people love forwards with stories that are completely made up but feel very specific, where it's like.
Yeah.
There was a man who walked into a diner. These are the types of forwards I get.
Really?
They're also like my dad trying to rile me up by sending me conservative forwards. You know what I mean? But it's like Here's an anecdote.
Does it ever
about
get you
something
going?
that
Has he
doesn't
ever
happen.
got you going and you had to get mad at yourself?
Yeah, it
for
makes me mad that like, this is being forwarded to all these
Okay,
fucking dads
that makes
everywhere.
sense. That makes
This
sense.
is such bullshit. Nah, not this week though. No, he's just been sending funny, weird, like humor, but like weird. It's still weird stuff. There's like a woman who's. It's like weird. It's like old people just discovered online videos. Like, they were like, "Hey, I can send you a video. Here's a weird one." You're like, "Where are you getting this? Like, did you download this from Kazaa?" Like,
yeah, I don't even. Yeah, I don't. That's good though, because I don't even think I get videos from my parents. Like, I don't get. They have an Android first of all. They used to be in the Apple game some years ago, and I actually thought that was the coolest shit. I was like, my parents got blue bubbles. It's fucking cool. And then they left after a year. They were like, I don't. Literally, that was what they said. That was like, they were like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? They're like it's. They basically said it's a world. It's a world you guys are in, and it's too much to enter the world. And I was like, what are you talking about? But then I started thinking about it. I was like, I guess it is a world. Like, we're in a laptop and your iPad.
yeah, but you got to jump in a new world sometimes.
Sometimes you do.
What if your parents are just listening to this very smartly, like nodding their head going, "We were saving you from 5G, my boy."
Ooh, they have Androids. They definitely have 5G.
Oh, they still have 5G?
Yes.
Oh, I guess you don't have 5G.
Yeah, I don't have 5G.
Never mind. My
Yeah,
joke didn't work.
yeah. I'm good. I'm the only person insecure from this. Me and my brother.
That's not
He has
how
a
it
BlackBerry.
works.
He has a BlackBerry.
How would that make any sense? Because there's
Chris,
still 5G
Chris,
everywhere.
hey, man, I don't make the rules, fam. I'm good, okay? Immune,
You
okay?
don't know.
I'm immune, brother. I don't make the rules, player. No 5G. You know what I'm saying? Get with Sprint.
Oh, this guy got a brand.
I took that guy's job.
You want to hop in another John story?
Yeah.
I would talk about OJ and Carole Baskin. That's because you love Carole Baskin. It's just a break from reality. We all get this tiger time as a break from reality.
I love it saying check NAS.
Check NAS. Just for the record, I don't think there is any sensible link from 5G to coronavirus.
You know what? That's you. You speak for yourself, okay? My dad sent to me, I got to keep some kind of open mind over here.
He's talking about a meteor.
I feel like he sent me a cell phone one before that.
O.J. Simpson has not a shred of doubt that Carole Baskin killed her husband after watching Netflix sensation Tiger King. I'm just saying. The Netflix sensation Tiger King explores at length a conspiracy theory that animal rights activist Carole Baskin murdered her husband, multimillionaire Don Lewis. The conspiracy has captivated not only viewers, but also O.J. Simpson, who is convinced Carole fed her husband to their tigers. The former actor, who has famously been accused of murder as well, said he had not a shred of doubt Carole was responsible for the killing, while lamenting on the series via Twitter on Wednesday.
And if anyone knows murder, it's me, your friend OJ.
OJ, who was sensationally acquitted of the brutal murders of Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman, had just finished a round of golf when he decided to share his thoughts on the series. Yesterday I watched the show and oh my god, is America in this bad a shape?
Come on, man. First of all, journalism. Why y'all want to keep bringing up the past? Journalists, learn how to let stuff go.
Wait, I actually think they were. I think they were reminding you that he was acquitted. Not that he's a murderer, because it sounds like he just was like, hey, sounds like you guys are talking about murder. If anyone knows anything about murder, it's me. And I felt like the journalist was like, he's like, it's me, a murderer. And the journalist was like, well, just for the record, he's not technically by the court, he's not a murderer.
No, that's not what the journalist was doing. Also, I wouldn't care if the journalist was accusing him. I don't care if OJ gets accused. But I do think it's funny that no one ever asked OJ, you're right. He is crazy. He's a narcissist. He's insane. No one ever asked OJ about murder, or even, we never asked him anything. Anything. And he always gives you his opinion. And you're always like, we did not ask you, OJ, please shut the fuck up. he always have somebody video him too. It's never like a video that you feel like, oh, TMZ caught him somewhere. I feel like he hires someone or he brings someone with him.
Oh yeah, he does. Well, it feels very vlog, but he never holds the own camera.
Yeah.
And he puts it on Twitter.
Yes.
So it's like, but this is YouTube. He like puts YouTube on Twitter. And he goes, hello, what's going on, Twitter? And he's still like his.
And I feel like he plans out his laughs. His laughs never feel real. They feel like he's like, and a laugh. Like he's saying his script and he's like, and a laugh.
Yep. And then it always ends with like, and I'm gonna kind of judge you morally for that, because at the end he goes like, I don't know what you've come to, America.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? You killed your wife?
You started this.
And then we let you get away with it. Don't blame us.
You're shocked by this?
Oh, man.
Yeah. I don't know. We didn't ask him his opinion. He said he thinks Carole Baskin did it. We've all said that. So thanks.
I've been thinking about maybe how Carole Baskin didn't do it.
Of course you have, Chris.
Welcome back to my Tiger King podcast.
Oh my God. Have you really been thinking about how Carole Baskin hasn't done it?
I'm just saying, we don't learn a lot of information about her multimillionaire husband. What we learn from his family, who seems like they have like a lawyer with a gun off camera who's like, don't say anything wrong. They go like, well, he did not like authority. I'll tell you that much. He liked doing things his own way, and the least he could involve the government was happy with him. I mean, that sounds like a drug dealer to me. He had a plane, and he would take it without registering it down to Costa Rica. I mean, sounds to me like that guy was running drugs, right? And then he was like, yeah, I'll get a tiger, and then all the crazy, crazy bitch.
I feel like Carole Baskin, she talks enough. She has a new husband. She got her own gig now. He's missing. He's not coming back. Why would she just not? I feel like she likes the attention and she talks a lot. She would just say, my husband was a bad man. That's probably why he went missing. She's never given that information.
What if he escaped and told her to do these
whatever
things?
You need. Carole Baskin is a fucking murderer, Chris, and you are defending her on this show.
I'm not defending her. I'm just saying we don't know a lot of information.
I'm just saying if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Yeah, you get me. You know what, Chris? I have a random story. Can I give you a random story real quick?
Yeah.
Why not? Fuck
Does it involve OJ?
No.
Okay. Still in.
It involves my real life.
I'm still in.
Okay, cool. I'm in a quarantine NBA 2K league right now.
Okay.
Me and my friends are playing online, and we've been in this league. It's 8 of us. It's a pretty competitive league. We're in the second round of the playoffs right now. If you win this round, you go to the final round. I'm tied 2-2, and my brother, I believe, is tied 2-1 with somebody else, and he's in a different bracket, whatever.
So you've learned how to play with your lag.
Yeah, I learned how to play with my lag. I was mad about it, but I figured it out. I quit the league and I joined back. I joined the league again.
Wow, last week I don't remember if we included that whole thing.
I don't think that was in there, actually.
Damn, now I regret it because we're getting an update.
Okay, so I joined the league back. I told them after a day of me like sitting in my own shit, I was like, man, I'm watching games, right? I'm like, he's not even that fucking good. Like, these dudes not even that good. I'm sorry, I just came up with my fucking laptop right now. Both series are 2-2 right now. But I'm like, they're not even that good. This person's not even that good. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get back in the league because I was still in the group chat. We were still texting each other. I was still in the group chat. They didn't kick me out after I left the league. So I was still in the group chat. I was texting them. They were texting me. And I was like, hey, y'all, I'm going to come back. Because they were saying the playoffs was uneven. Like, the playoffs are uneven because now it's 7 teams, which means somebody doesn't play somebody. So I was like, I'll come back for the playoffs, guys. So this one dude who had beat me a whole bunch of times, cool. People were just dusting me, fucking killing me when I get back. I came back thinking I'm going to have some new energy and, I got faith that I'm going to be good. No, I'm getting my ass busted all over again. I should have never fucking came back. Should stay out of the league. I get beat by my homie Micah twice. This other dude named Hugh, who I remember him playing him the first game. He wasn't that fucking good. He beat me twice, dusted me. Two games by 20, bust my ass. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? So I beat a couple people. I'm getting my little feet wet. Cool. Lose to somebody else. And Hugh, this dude Hugh again, he's killing everybody in the first round. No, I'm sorry. He's killing our boy Bobby, who's pretty good. You know Bobby. He's killing our boy Bobby in the first round. And we like, damn, Hugh is fucking pretty good at this game. Like, This dude's legit. So Frank is like, my brother randomly says, like, man, this. I'm like, LeBron James is playing really, 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 bless you. Bless you. LeBron James is playing really, 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 really bad for me, right? He's on my team. He plays horrible. He can't make fucking layups. He's horrible on my team, right? So I remember me saying, like, to my brother, like, it's fucking stupid. Like, LeBron's the best player in the game, and he's the highest player in the game, and he's playing so bad for me. And Frank just saying, organically, naturally, he's not the highest player on the game. And I was like, he is the highest player on the game. He's like, no, he's not. And I was like, yeah, he is. He's 97. That's the highest player on the game. And he was like, no, he's not. James Harden's a 98. And I'm like, James Harden is not a fucking 98. So I go to NBA 2K ratings.com to go look at all the ratings of each player. Frank goes to show me on the actual game the ratings. He's like, you're fucking wrong. James Harden's rated 98. So he goes to the team that has James Harden. Our boy Hugh is the team that randomly has James Harden. James Harden is a 98. And I'm like, what the fuck? James Harden is not a 98. I'm looking at it on the website. James Harden is not a 98. Then Frank's like, fuck it. We'll look up Klay Thompson. He's right under James Harden. He's a fucking 94. So I look up Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's at 89.
Oh.
So wait, what the fuck? So I go to the next player. This motherfucker went through and boosted all of his player stats and attributes and cheated us the whole season in the league.
Oh,
so while I was
shit.
complaining, saying it's weird, De'Aaron Fox and Russell Westbrook are the two fastest people in the league, Klay Thompson just keeps running right past them and laying the ball up, and he makes every layup. It's the weirdest thing in the world. I can't fucking, it's weird. It's just weird.
He was boosting his
He
stats?
boosted all of his shit. Klay Thompson could not miss a layup because he literally was 100. He was a 99. He could not miss layups because he was a perfect scorer on layups. And he was a perfect scorer on speed. So he was the fastest guy in the game. So I'm complaining about valid shit. And I'm like, this motherfucker. So we bring it to the group chat. I call this motherfucker out. We do a whole video. You're like, motherfucker, you've been cheating and lying. And we give out all these facts. We get off, because we have on FaceTime, you can just do like 8 people if you want to at once. Or 9 people.
I haven't ever done that.
Oh, so we
before,
always
but I
do it
saw
now.
that you
So
can
we'll
do
be
it.
on with 8 people and shit. So we're on the group chat and our league. We're on with all 8 people. And we're on with 6 at the time. And we're like, this motherfucker Hugh's been cheating. And we started giving all the facts. I saw it in his face the first time I said it. He's like, some people are just such shitty people. They're ready for the worst. So that like, if you told them that, they have a great response. And you'd be like, is he lying or telling the truth? His face was so guilty, so quick when I called him out that he didn't even try to defend it. He just looked like, I didn't think y'all would find out. That was his face. Was like, y'all saw that? And I was like, wait, what the fuck? So me and Frank Stelly calling him out, and we going through all this shit with everybody. And everybody's just like, so you really cheated? So we have a real commissioner of the league. So we had to obviously kick him out the fucking first out the round of the playoffs. So we brought our boy Bobby back in. So he's playing the second round now. We have another draft coming up in like a week. He is the last pick now, no matter what in the draft.
But he is the only one who was cheating.
He was the only one that was cheating. He was the only one that was cheating. Yeah,
that's crazy. That's
the other people beat me fair and square. The one dude,
scandal.
the one guy who beat me the first 2 games or whatever that made me quote unquote quit, in his opinion. He's home now, not playing any game because I bust his ass in the fucking playoffs because I'm better than him. Because the lag stopped bothering me, Chris.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I needed that.
A zoo has been trying to get 2 pandas to mate for 10 years. When coronavirus shut the zoo down, the pandas finally did. It seems that all these giant pandas needed was a little privacy. Parenthood might be around the corner for Ying Ying and Li Li, which are longtime residents of Ocean Park in Hong Kong. Zoo officials announced Monday that after 10 years of attempts at natural mating and through trial and learning, the 2 have finally succeeded. The successful natural mating process today is extremely exciting for us all, as the chance of pregnancy via natural mating is higher than by artificial insemination. Michael Booz, Executive Director of Zoological Operations and Conservation at Ocean Park, said in a press release, due to the coronavirus outbreak, the park has been closed to visitors since late January. Staff noticed certain behaviors in these 2 giant pandas that are common during breeding season, which occurs every year between March and May. Since late March, Ying Ying began spending more time playing in the water, while Lele, or Lili, has been leaving scent markings around his habitat and searching the area for Ying Ying's scent. While it is still too early to tell whether a baby panda is on the way, Yin Ying's body and behavioral changes are being closely monitored. If successful, signs of pregnancy, including hormonal level fluctuations and behavioral changes, may be observed as early as late June, though there's always a chance that Yin Ying could experience a pseudo-pregnancy.
Panda. Look at bros in Atlanta. I don't know. I mean, first of all, how old do pandas live to be? Like, what's the average age of a panda?
Oh, they only live to be 20.
20. So like,
I always thought the pandas were
10
similar.
Is 10 like early, or is that like late to like be having a kid?
Feels like it'd be late.
Kind of late.
When do pandas have kids? When do pandas graduate high school?
Pandas learn to read.
Turns out they graduate high school when they're like 3, and then they generally go to college, or they settle down and start breeding between 4 to 6 years old.
So 10 is late.
Yeah, 10 is late.
So they said they've been trying to get them to mate for 10 years. They didn't say they was even 10 years old. It might be even older than that.
So they're just an old couple fucking now.
Just an old couple fucking. Just need a little privacy, like they said. They wanted to just get that thing going again because they've been having distractions. He couldn't get that dick hard because he's been having distractions. A lot of people been around him in the zoo. He can't focus. He can't put on a show like he used to.
I'm tired from work.
He can't put on a show like he used to. He needs y'all to be quiet. He needs to get back to the good times.
To the nature.
To the nature and hear her breathe, hear her speak, feel her, connect with her. Panda. And yeah, I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them. It is also a great time for pandas. And is that Hong Kong, Chris? That's Hong Kong, right? Hong Kong, yes, it is. It is. It's Hong Kong. It's a bad time for tigers in the Brooklyn Zoo. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, the tiger got COVID.
Tested positive for corona, man.
Which led the obvious question: why are tigers being tested for coronavirus?
That was everyone's first question. It's like, fuck you. We can't get tested yet. You're giving it to a tiger. They said now there have been so many other animals sick at the Brooklyn Zoo. And I thought to myself, only the Brooklyn Zoo. Or was it the Bronx Zoo? Because the Bronx Zoo makes way more sense.
Bronx Zoo.
It was Bronx Zoo,
Yeah.
right? I thought so. Wait, was it?
Yeah.
Facts,
yes.
Right? Okay, yeah. Bronx Zoo is dirty as shit. No, I just thought that was like interesting. The tiger was getting tested, first of all. Coming off Tiger King and Carole Baskin and everything, right into this tiger getting COVID-19. But I thought to myself, it was interesting that they said other animals were getting sick, but when they told us so long ago that animals couldn't get it. And the fact that there's some tiger, how the fuck did the tiger get it? What was going on? Because that means an employee has it, right?
Yeah.
Who's the caretaker of the tigers? That's getting way too intimate.
Maybe the tiger just touches his face a lot.
What do you mean touches his face?
Yeah, that's how you get it. You touch his face.
He touches his face, or maybe he licks his tongue. Maybe he touches his tongue. Tigers touch they lick their paws.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lick their paws. He licked
sure.
it. He licked it off.
Yeah.
Chris.
He was just at the grocery
We
store.
cracked another case.
He's at the grocery store. He picked it up.
I don't know, man.
Oh man, dude. That would suck if the animal kingdom got COVID-19. I'm sure they've had a lot of COVID-19s and we're just not giving them respect.
I think it's interesting that all these animals have been walking around freely in all these different places. In Chicago, there was a picture. There's a really cool picture. I posted it, I think, yesterday. But it was a really cool picture of a coyote just walking down Michigan Avenue.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was fucking cool.
Yeah. I like that.
There's been so many like bobcats and shit.
I mean, I don't like coyotes. I think they're rats, but
They are.
I think it's cool. The idea like that wildlife is
Yeah.
we're back, baby.
Yeah.
That there was an endangered species that showed up in India that had never been seen, or at least
Yes.
it was a
No,
meme.
it looked disgusting though. Did you see it?
Yeah, it was like go back.
It freaked me out. I was like, somebody's got to shoot that thing. I'm sorry that it's endangered, but this is why everyone shoots them.
Yeah, no,
It looked disgusting.
Yeah, there's one of them. Get him. These guys are still around? No, I don't fucking think so. I thought we wiped you out.
I don't know if we can call them endangered. We're doing this.
We killed them. We have so many. heads in your hunting den. You've never put. No, I would not put that head on the wall. I just need it to be gone.
Yeah, they're disgusting. That thing was disgusting. Like, I don't know what it was. It was a mix. It was definitely a mutt.
And now a wine and weed segment where we look at stupid people's reactions to being in quarantine, the coronavirus. We're going to do a little speed round. We're going to look at 3 idiots in coronavirus circumstances. And because it feels like they took out their feelings in 3 different ways.
A mayor ordered police to crack down on social gatherings. They found his wife at a bar. A mayor in Illinois... Sorry, let me do that for Sterling. A mayor in Illinois pleaded with residents last week to follow the state's stay-at-home order. After officers reported that police were continuing to defy the rules, the mayor said he had directed the city's police department to use its discretion in issuing citations and arrests. These are very serious times, and I'm begging you to please stay home, Brent Walker, mayor of Alton, Illinois, said in the briefing on Friday. Less than 48 hours later, police broke up a gathering at Hiram's Tavern in downtown Alton. Among those in attendance, Walker's wife. Walker announced in a statement on Monday that police had investigated and stopped a social gathering in violation of Illinois statewide order around 1 a.m. on Sunday. He said police also informed him that his wife was there. I instructed the police chief to treat her as he would any citizen violating the stay-at-home order and to ensure that she received no special treatment. Illinois stay-at-home order prohibits all public and private gatherings of any number of people outside a single household or living unit. The Alton Police Department said in a press release it had received several complaints that the tavern was continuing to operate on weekends. Officers found no unauthorized activity until Sunday when several individuals were located inside Hiram's Tavern in an area outside public view, clearly disregarding the executive order and public pleas of compliance. The mayor said in his statement that he was embarrassed by his wife's actions. My wife is an adult, capable of making her own decisions.
Oh, shit. Was that his statement? He said, my wife is an adult.
She now faces the same consequences for her ill-advised decision as the other individuals who chose to violate the stay-at-home order during this incident. I'm embarrassed by this incident and apologize to the citizens of Alton for any embarrassment that this incident caused our city, he added.
I just imagine it's like the biggest thing that happened in their city. And like they just cover this, and then the next article says mayor files for divorce. Then the next article, 1,000%. And the next thing, like I just feel like this is like the biggest thing that happened in their town. Like
Alton,
I don't know what this is.
Yeah,
I don't know what this is.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a scandal for sure.
It's a huge scandal, and I feel like people have known his wife goes out and she kind of lives her own life. And he's known it, but he also knows it's a bad look. Too. No, I think he knows it's a bad look to divorce her as a mayor. It's a bad political look. He could have not made a statement. He also hates her.
Yeah, I think he hates her.
He could have just not made it. He could have been like, oh, no statement, no comment. And he was like, she's a fucking adult, and treat her like you would treat anybody else. He could have also, also made sure she got out and everything was cool. And he was like, treat her the same way you treat everybody else. He hates her.
Yeah. I mean,
you're blaming him.
Oh, I'm not blaming him at all.
Oh,
I mean, what I'm really doing is I'm thinking about probably
Illinois.
There's probably some fucked up shit going on in that personal relationship that I want to laugh at, but I don't want to laugh at. Like, I don't know.
You can't just make up a story of abuse in your head, Chris. That's it.
I'm making up a story that she is going crazy as a middle-aged woman in this small town and like could not go to the bar. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know why I took this as her cheating.
I took it as that,
but the whole town knows it, and
she's like, yeah, she's going well.
But now he's like, I gotta address this shit in. Like his response sounds like, I gotta address this shit in the newspaper. That's all I heard.
Look, if you think she needs to settle down, we both agree. Hopefully she'll take it aside. Thank you for joining my team. My wife needs to calm the fuck down and stay home and relax. Okay? Can we agree that she is a nightmare to deal with? She went out when there was COVID-19 as an adult. Yeah. Yes. Please write an article about this. But you're mayor. This reflects probably on you. Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Well,
there's also 6,000 people here. Who cares?
idiots like my wife should not be going out to the bars.
It'll
is.
probably be easier just for you to send an email. Be way easier. How many people live in that town? Probably 6,000 people.
What is it called?
Alton, Illinois. Alton?
25,000.
Okay.
Oh, it looks cute actually.
That's a basketball game full.
Yeah, for sure. It's bigger than my hometown now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Your hometown smaller than that?
My hometown is 15,000 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know it was that small.
So, but all the areas combined in that area.
So
are
if your
like
mayor
60,000.
got in this situation in your hometown with his wife, would you be like,
This guy.
yeah,
He made national news. It'd be hilarious. I'm sure people are laughing a fucking storm up right now.
in Alton?
Yeah, and I kind of think that guy. I don't know. I just have an idea that they're kind of yeah, and I'm mayor of the town. I don't know. I kind of feel
You
like
think the mayor's just like some schmuck? The way you said
kind of, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So here's how someone's reacting with their emotions in Russia.
5 shot dead in Russia for talking loudly.
Mm.
A man in Russia has shot dead 5 people for talking loudly outside his house late in the evening. Police said the shooting happened in the village of Yelatma in the Ryazan region, about 200 kilometers southeast of Moscow.
John's doing pretty good with Russian.
Yelama?
Investigators say the man initially complained to the group from his balcony, and an argument broke out. He then opened fire with a hunting rifle. Investigators say the 4 men and 1 woman died of their injuries on the spot at around 2200 on Saturday, the investigative committee said. The suspect, who has not been named, was later arrested. His apartment has been searched and the weapon seized.
Wait, time out. Let me say this.
Crazy reaction.
Let me say this much, and I could be wrong. They didn't say okay, this person killed 5 people and 12 were injured altogether. Is this person killed 5? This person is a trained person. If you shot and killed 5 people and there were no other injuries, anything else, and you murdered 5 people, this sounds more premeditated. It sounds like you wanted to kill these 5 people, and you said it was because they were talking loud. That's bullshit. That was a story you made up.
Where did the story from the balcony come from?
I just don't feel like it's real. I feel like because I killed those people because they were talking loud. I don't believe it. I believe it was premeditated. You murdered 5 people because you shot 5 people perfectly enough to kill them. You killed all 5.
And it's Russia, so
And it's Russia.
it's not surprising.
Where you
that
all are
something
trained at the age
shady
of 6.
Yeah, my mom died because she was talking too loud, I guess. I don't know. That's what the newspaper said.
Mm.
And the newspaper is largely influenced by the state, and the state kills journalists to tell the truth. You're right. That's probably true. But I think the circumstance is kind of insane now that I think about it.
The guy was later on arrested. I don't know.
This guy was like, I said be safe, and then was like, and was like, 1, 2. Also, let's say you have a bad enough temper to want to shoot somebody for going outside during coronavirus. Because I got pretty mad on that hike where I saw all those people fucking hugging.
And you wanted to shoot them?
I got pretty mad. So. No,
lucky I didn't have a gun.
Imagine you're the worst anger problem in the world. You grab a gun, you're like, shut the fuck up. You shoot a gun in the air.
Yeah,
they still don't move. You did they watch their friend die and not move, or who did not get lost in a moment right there?
In a rush. They could all been drunk. No, I'm joking.
And it was just yeah, why not? Yeah.
No, they probably were running. They probably were running, and he probably was plugging them all.
That'd be a pretty cool serial killer, though. Just
what the fuck,
kill
Chris?
People,
these are people.
Kill people 6 feet apart. There's social distancing.
What are you even talking about?
I don't know. Maybe we can't include this part in the show. And here is another group of people who are trying to promote life.
Charlotte abortion clinic protesters cited with violating order prohibiting large gatherings. Police issued a dozen citations and made 8 arrests outside a women's clinic in southeast Charlotte Saturday after they say protesters were violating North Carolina's statewide order banning mass gatherings amid the coronavirus pandemic. Charlotte Mecklenburg police said about 50 people were congregating outside a Preferred Women's Health Center of Charlotte on Latrobe Drive. The gathering was determined to be in violation of the mass gathering directive in the state's stay-at-home order. Gatherings of more than 10 people are not permitted under the order issued by Governor Roy Cooper. CMPD says it's asked for compliance, but 12 people refused to leave and were issued citations for violation of emergency prohibitions and restrictions. 8 people were arrested for refusing to leave. Among those arrested was David Benham, a well-known conservative activist and real estate entrepreneur who nearly had a reality show on HGTV with his twin brother Jason before it was scrapped amid a controversy over their views on abortion and homosexuality.
There was another Property Brothers?
The brothers are affiliated with the anti-abortion group Love Life, which often staged protests at women's clinics around North Carolina. The group founder was charged twice last week outside a clinic in Greensboro and charged with violating that city's stay-at-home order. The group has since filed a federal lawsuit alleging violation of their First Amendment rights. The group has also argued it should be considered essential because it is a religious nonprofit offering social services.
That's a lot of funny things.
Wait, so how many people were there? They were all protesting
50.
together?
Yeah, it was a pro-life rally.
Okay. So,
It was a pro-life rally.
I mean, can't be with 50 people right now, man. 50 people can't do that.
Because you're going to die.
It's illegal.
At
Right
a
now, it's illegal.
pro-life rally.
Yeah, no. I mean, no, I
It would just be...
I get the irony. I get the irony and shit.
if you died because of a
Pro-life.
rally, that'd be pretty...
Yeah, but there's still,
ironic, I
in their
guess.
eyes, if the person that's out there doing this, in all of this, in their eyes, that life that is yet to come is more important than theirs.
Maybe they're right, you know?
Hey, I just think it's just stupid. That's where I stand on it. If nothing else, like not gonna sit here and get into like, obviously we've already made our thoughts on abortion. I think women have the right to make the choice. I'm pro-choice. That's what I am. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and argue all day about which side. I just think you're stupid. Right now, why are you getting any fucking rally, protest, anything right now? It's not the time. It's just not the time.
Yeah.
You can protest from home.
Yeah, or figure out a creative way to protest or something.
Yeah,
like that.
just do something. Like, how would you do it,
I mean,
Chris?
I don't... what would my pro-life rally be?
Yeah, right now in quarantine, I need you to think quick.
Man, I'd probably do a forward email with a bunch of dads. Get a bunch of dads together. Give them a forward email.
Okay, and say what?
I mean, if I was running the pro-life campaign,
Yeah.
or like if I was a
You're running the
pro-life,
pro-life campaign.
like, and I get to rebrand.
You need to rebrand. No, because then you're gonna just turn them. You're gonna just turn them to pro-choice. I'm saying.
I don't know how to sell that message. I don't like giving them ideas of how to sell that message.
Oh, that's crazy, Chris. You're a debate king. You love to play devil's advocate on this fucking show, and now all of a sudden you've got some moral compass.
how
You're
do
like,
you
I'm not-
argue? Well, I mean, always the most compelling stories to me are always people who are like, I would have been an abortion if my mom didn't believe in pro-life, right?
So you're gonna just give them that argument on this show, huh, Chris? Sick.
No, I'm not gonna give them that argument.
Sick.
I'm saying
You
I can't
fucking
argue
sick
against that
bastard.
person where they're like, I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for a protester who got coronavirus.
Oh.
It was also one of 50 people.
Do you think anybody got coronavirus out there?
I mean, like, I hope. No.
You
I
hope?
don't
Whoa,
know. I don't
man,
know.
dark.
I mean, there's How
Do you
much,
hope?
Wait, I have a question. If people die of coronavirus who like we don't like, are we supposed to what do we Boris Johnson right now is like in intensive care for coronavirus. If somebody dies where we're like, well, yeah, like I'm not going to say I wish that Donald Trump dies of coronavirus, or am I going to say that? Because like,
No, I don't wish death upon anybody.
of course, yeah, we're not allowed to.
I don't know
But
about you. I
also-
don't know what you what you do over there. You can do what you want to do, but I don't wish death upon anybody. But if some devout Nazi dies,
If somebody dies, yeah.
dies of coronavirus tomorrow, I probably won't go to his funeral or care as much if somebody I know.
So if David Duke dies of coronavirus, do you have a right to be like, fuck David Duke, he's a piece of shit the day he dies?
If you want to, that's your prerogative. For me, I've always screamed "fuck David Duke," so I don't need to say it on the day he dies to be like "fuck David Duke." Like, it's the day he died. I'll let you have that, man. You can have this day and go in peace. Tomorrow, fuck you again, though. You know?
Yeah, I was just wondering about that because
Were you
I
just
think
trying to
it
get
could
me killed by
happen.
the KKK or something? What was that?
No, I just think it
You
could
just trying
happen.
to set me up to die, Chris. You don't care about me.
I think the irony would be if somebody which has happened a couple times, that somebody actively says this whole crisis isn't real, and then it happens to them.
Yeah. My whole thing is,
I mean,
even if it's not real, even if whatever, if you want to believe it's a hoax, a conspiracy, whatever you want to believe, is up to you. Do whatever you want to do. But you'd rather be safe than sorry, right? Like, you'd rather still take precautions. You'd rather make sure you're good, make sure you're washing your hands, and you're taking your disinfectant, whatever you need to disinfect, just to be safe. If nonetheless, even if at the end, after it's all said and done, and we're allowed to go out of these prisons we call homes, and it allows back out into these streets, you can at least say, you know what? I think it was bullshit, but I bought the bullshit for a good 2 months just to make sure I was good and I was here. And that's fine, people. Don't die. That's what I'm saying. And don't encourage others to die because you want to be stupid. If you want to be stupid in your own home and whatever, corona it up. But don't tell other people to not wash their hands and this shit is fake, because people are dying.
I also think that if we were able to flatten the curve and it wasn't as bad as we expected it to be, people shouldn't take away from that it was over exaggerated. People should take away from that we stopped it because we paid attention to these things.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough. Either way, people are going to say that. You know what I mean?
Of course. People,
Either way, people are going to say that, though.
We'll say that
After it's all done, they're going to say
it was bullshit.
It was blown up. If we stopped it, people would. If we got less than 100,000 deaths, people would be like, "Yeah, I knew."
So you think if we get more than 250?
Do you think people can still claim that it was bullshit?
No, I'm asking you because you said no matter what. So I'm saying.
I think if we get more than 250, I think the narrative could change. I could see the narrative changing.
You know what's always weird is that when you look at the death count, what is it right now, 12,000? And you look at it and you're like, oh, 12,000 people, that's fucking insane, 12,000 people. But then you're like, wait, they're projecting 250 or 240 or 100 between 240? That's a lot more than 12. We got a long way to go if this is correct. That's the scariest part that you always think about. It's like, whoa, our number's really low compared to what they're saying we're going to get to. No?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. A lot of things came to mind. I was thinking about the future of war, and I was thinking about the fact that because we're relating it to World War II at the beginning, saying that if we lost 240 people, it would be the same amount of Americans that died in World War II, right?
No, I don't. Is that on this show?
I think it was on this show.
That was a different podcast.
That was a show.
This year?
Yeah.
I mean, today I didn't hear that.
We talked when John was still no, earlier show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought.
But then, so I was thinking about the future when people die. Will it be will lives be less valuable after this? Because it'll be well, I mean, 250,000 people died in the coronavirus,
and they'll be like, at
and
least you got a funeral.
10,000 people died in the war.
At least you got a funeral. At least he got a funeral. That'd be people's argument.
10,000 people died in the war. I got 10,000 views on my TikTok. 10,000 lives aren't that important.
Whoa. I think people value those TikToks.
Sorry, man. I'm kind of high, and now I'm starting to see a weird correlation between us, numbers and
between
YouTube.
TikTok and Corona.
Yeah, numbers in YouTube and social media, and those numbers correlating to people, making you desensitized to how many lives that actually is.
That's you been high, bro. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
That's what the show's about.
Yeah, it is about that. Go there, go deep.
Yeah. So
yes.
I mean, didn't you say a few shows ago as a joke, way late in the show, you were like, you related the amount of people who would die from corona to the amount of followers?
Oh yeah, I did actually. Yeah. Well, we're headed there.
But it's strange to delegitimize 100,000 people.
Yeah.
And it.
If you can
I
imagine.
never thought about it like that.
Like you can imagine me like losing every life that we lost. And Corona, from my Instagram, me being like, at least I'm still over 1 million.
Right. What if I lost 100,000? That would suck.
That would suck.
Well, okay, listen, 100,000 followers, 100,000 people in the United States doesn't seem that bad, but what if they were 100,000 people that followed you?
Yeah. And then like you have to account that like some of them will be bots. Like there will be people who die that just are like built by the government. And then there'll be others that are real people.
Well, yeah, they say there were 100,000 deaths from Corona, but like how many of those were bots?
Yeah.
Like, I feel
some were definitely bots. Some were bots.
Like some of those were just like coronavirus just bought a bunch of those.
There are Corona bots. I hear they made 30,000 at least bots that were living just in Seattle.
Yeah, they were just living in Seattle. Their whole sole purpose was just to die of coronavirus.
And they ran the first Amazon brick and mortar. The one that you don't even need, like a cashier, they still have the bots there working.
Yeah, those are the guys they're all dead now from Corona. Or they're about to die.
Amazon scrapped the
it's
whole
a
thing.
whole 5G. It's all the 5G.
The bots were not 5G.
The bots,
people think the bots were 5G, but actually the bots were built by Sprint.
So here's how Corona is like, I'm gonna become a huge influencer. I'm gonna fucking kill everybody in the world. And then I was like, all right, we'll give you, like, somebody got behind them and funded them and was like, here's $30K. Kill them. And he spread it out. And that's why he's got this whole curve thing. Then that curve thing kicked on in and just like, he had so much fucking clout.
And it was all a plot just to take down Lime.
It's all, they're trying to take out those scooters. That's what it all is.
That's what it all came down to.
It's all those scooters are going to be taken out. 5G, the scooter corporation, it's all Corona. Corona, you're going to be like, remember 2014 with all the scooters?
And then you do a wide shot, and it's just a homeless guy talking to himself. Oh, I killed it. I killed it. It's horrible. Horrible ending. Yeah, I said something.
Corona is killing the scooter industry.
I did say something on this show.
Corona, do you think Corona will kill the scooter industry?
Corona will kill the scooter. There are going to be so many industries that might die from Corona, man.
What if the scooter industry was a flash in the pan injury? What if the scooter industry was a flash in the pan?
But like, I mean, do you think the scooter industry was going to just take off crazy? Like it peaked, didn't it?
I thought it was going to be forever.
No, you didn't.
I don't know.
Are we going to get back to normal? Do you think we'll ever get back to normal?
Do you consider the scooter times normal?
I feel like that was the closest thing I got to normality with scooters.
When I
got back on a scooter, oh my God, I was like, this is life. This is what life is about. Are you trying to look me in the face right now as a man, as my actual friend, and tell me when you were in Brussels and you were on scooters, did you not feel like this is life?
Yeah, we're just like, how are we going to get around the city? This thing.
Scooters.
Boom.
And we saw the whole city in no time. We're like, this is amazing. We almost died on those scooters.
Before the Corona times, you could just walk up to a scooter, jump on it, touch your phone to it, and talk to everybody in town.
People will tell these stories.
Oh, man.
And they'll write a Bible one day.
I can't wait till this time passes where we can talk and interact with like strangers again. I like the all right, I know we're done with this show.
Will you ever trust people again fully? Will you be like, oh, like if somebody coughs around you, will you always, the joke nonstop forever be Corona? We made it out.
The Corona joke will last for so long.
So long.
Oh, we got to do a future bingo on this show. I can't remember if I mentioned it last episode, but I want to do a bingo chart of things that might happen within the next year, because you guys, the next year is going to be wild as fuck. And so I think that if we create a bingo chart with things that could happen next year, it'd be really fun to slowly fill out on this show.
Let's do it. You play bingo?
Like regularly?
Yeah, not regularly. Like, do you play?
Like, I like bingo. I could get a little G52.
That's cool. G52? Is that a real like number? Always on bingo?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the B's are always 1 through 14, right?
10? You talking to somebody else, bro.
Are you talking about bingo?
No, I know what you're talking about. I don't know bingo. I was just asking you a question.
I used to be a bingo caller.
What the fuck is that?
I worked as an activities associate at a resort, and I would go like, bingo tonight at 6 p.m. and I would like go like that.
Oh, you'd be down there working on it.
I'd go like, I 21.
Was it old people or young people?
Mainly old people.
Were they trying to like? Was there any old chicks trying to holler at you?
That would happen every once in a while, but I was 17, so they were weird.
Get your fucking goofy ass. Man, get your little lame ass.
I mean, they'd be cute.
Don't make
It
this
was
fucking
cute.
weird. I was 17. And like, it's not like they
It'd be
fucking
flirty.
carded you first. They didn't know you were 17. They're old women trying to holler at a little
Like a high
young.
school job, boy.
So what? You gonna man the fuck up or what? Fuck these
I
old
had a
ladies.
threesome with two
There you go. That's what I'm
geriatric
talking
women.
about. Hell yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And some Skechers shape ups. Had
Man,
the
they
bitches
were
rocking.
Wild.
Pussy was rocking. Skechers shape ups. Get in there.
Is that high school shit? Is that what they are?
Skechers shape. You remember the fucking
Oh,
shape
yeah.
ups?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
worst shoe ever. Oh, we used to look for chicks in those. I'm sorry. Okay, that was random. Are we ending the show?
Yeah, I mean, hey, guys, it's been great. I'd hang out forever.
We
but
love to hang out with
let's
you.
talk and worry about COVID-19 and make light of it. And be safe out there. Drink your turmeric. Stay away from murders. What else did we learn this episode?
I don't know, man. What do we
I don't know. Help the world.
Yeah, tigers and
Electric
pandas and everybody just stay safe. All right.
Zip it up.
Hey, zip it out.
Pandas and tigers and everybody stay safe. Hey, will you click this?